What's up guys, MrGimms back again for another GimmsRant. Hope everyone's having a great day. Today I want to talk about a couple of issues that I've been noticing since playing a little bit of DBD on the weekend and the live stream last night, and just how there's still so many things left unaccounted for, but talk about how bugs just get piled up into a big shit heap and they piss a bunch of people off and they leave for a while, and then they do a big update, a big bug fix or whatever to address those issues, which I don't agree with. So there's a couple of exploits in this game right now. I think everyone's, you know, kind of aware of that. The biggest one right now being, well, the one that's being talked about quite a lot right now is the breakdown exploit. For those of you who don't know what the breakdown exploit is, breakdown is a Jeff perk. When you hook save somebody with the perk on you, when you get them off the hook, it breaks the hook. And I think it's up to like a minute that it breaks it, so more than the normal 30 seconds. And yeah, while I think this perk could definitely be stronger, the exploit right now, or bug, is that it permanently breaks the hook. So what you get with this with some Survivor Friends teams is people abusing it, running to the corner and teabagging when that hook won't be fixed and it won't repair. So you get a lot of douchebags. I myself have come across the issue just twice. Not a big deal. It hasn't happened an incredible amount. However, it's being disputed whether it being a bug or not, or, you know, exploit, because the devs have refused to call it as such. Now, everyone asked me to watch the Space Coconut video. I don't really watch Space Coconut anymore, but I watched this video for you guys. So this is what he had to say.
So, just so you know, I don't believe that this is a bug. It's probably a shadow buff that came with the all kill chapter that the devs are calling a bug so their white knights can say that it was unintentional. But we know the truth, don't we? I mean, the first mention of the change was back in April 5th, and the chapter was released on March 30th, so it had to have been a change. If you're worried about getting reported for effectively using this perk to its fullest potential, don't. It's completely different than the bugged Legion add-ons that killers were banned for using. It's totally and completely different because only the killer gameplay experience is impacted. Everyone's favorite totally unbiased and capable DBD forum mods Gay Myers and Mandy Talks have stated that it's totally not an exploit. So survivors, make sure to abuse the living hell out of the new breakdown tech and bring no Mither and Soul Guard, because killers like myself are going to make sure that you bleed out on the ground if we can't hook you.
Yeah, so Mandy Talks and Gay Myers have basically said that it's not bannable, so stop reporting those people. It's not an exploit, it's a bug. And I am inclined to agree with Space Coconut. I think this is a deliberate change, and I think it's been put into the bug category just to save face and make sure that they don't get a lot of hate, because we know how Dead by Daylight handle with hate. They basically cry in a corner and they say, well, if y'all are nice, we'll come back. So that's the biggest issue at the moment. But while we're talking about exploits, while we're there, let's talk about the Flick Blight's Flick. You guys don't know about that, basically. And by the way, you have a small dick if you use this. Like, that's my opinion.
Where it says you just change your DPI before you flick, and that's pretty much it. Without further ado, though, we're gonna go into some of the nuances and how to use it. So this right here is just a regular Blight flick, nothing fancy, no DPI switching, no J flicking. As you notice, it's like a 90-degree turn. You're obviously not gonna hit the person in that corner. But with the J flick and a little bit of practice, you can actually go for hits like these. So here's a slow-mo clip of it, repeat of before. So I tend to switch my DPI right before the flick. So I'm trying to show that on the screen.
But basically the J-Flick now, if you increase your DPI on your mouse by like 10 billion, if you want to have the effort for that with a hotkey, you can, when you bounce and do your lethal rush, you can make it so you can basically do a U-turn and go around obstacles ridiculously and get survivors when normally you wouldn't be able to, as pertains to the Blight's power. Now, if you do this, I think you do have small PP. That's just how I feel. However, if you're going to go out of your way, create a hotkey, and then increase your DPI by like 10 million, how are we labeling that an exploit and not something else that's non-intentional, as you guys say? Like, it's just very odd. And for those reasons just alone, I will say the survivor bias by the community is absolutely, well, the behaviors Behavior's dev team is absolutely always in the survivor court. Seems like it anyway. So yeah, I definitely think there's like a double standard going on here. I'm not exactly, you know, happy with the way they sort of approach these situations or answer these situations. I don't agree with it. And then I want to talk about stretch res. Well, apparently they're okay with stretch res as well. And if you don't know what that is, basically the survivors increase their field of view with this absolute disgusting monitor and resolution for their game. And they can basically see around 2 massive walls. They know exactly where the killer is all the time in loops. It's pretty fucked. This isn't an issue. If you want to do this, it's at your own free will. You can do this. You can make your game look like shit, and that's not an exploit.
Now, 1080 by 1080 gives you a big unfair advantage, in my opinion, because, wow, this looks awful. You can, in normal Dead by Daylight default resolution, you cannot see over this rock. Like, this rock will take up your entire screen in Dead by Daylight. So if a killer is trying to mind game you over this, there's no chance. But if you have stretched resolution, you can just keep on going the opposite way. And they cannot mind game you. And this works over loops and stuff too. And it's quite overpowered, if I'm being honest. Wow, this is really hard to moonwalk. This is trippy.
It's kind of an exploit, if I'm honest. It definitely does help the survivor with their gameplay, therefore affecting the game, sort of like the J-Flick. See, when they called that an exploit, I was like, yeah, probably. I think that's a bit of an exploit because his power works one way normally, and then you're making it work so it's completely negating the actual power. So is stretch res. It's the exact same thing in my opinion. So again, double standard, letting survivors get away with a lot, letting killers get away with fuck all. We saw that with Undying this year. It just seems really, really ridiculous. And this all comes in as well with a boatload of bugs as usual. And again, no quick patch update fixes. No, just like, oh, okay, there's a bug with the pallets. Let's quickly patch that today. Give it a 2 megabyte update. Fixed. No, they get all these issues and they pile it up in this disgusting room of filth. And then they shove it out the door in a quick update 10 years from now. It's not good enough. People aren't going to wait that long, and generally people get pissed off. You should know that by your player satisfaction survey, shouldn't you? Pair that with other killers using VPNs all of a sudden. Why are VPNs so popular right now with Dead by Daylight? How is that? How do you monitor that? I don't know. Someone else will have to tell me in the comments, but I think I've had 2 killers now where I'm pretty sure are using a VPN and hit me from last year. And I'm talking about a 2x Freddy lunge with Ghostface. And then there's the game's pallets as well. They haven't been addressed in the PTB. They weren't addressed in any sort of update. The devs have refused to talk about it, but I'm just assuming they're okay with the 35 to 40 safe pallets in Gideon Meat Plant. I guess they are. Again, premise of this video, survivor sided. I think if we don't understand that by now, I think there's something, I question your logic. But anyway, guys, that's how I feel. That's GimmsRant this week. I'm pretty pissed off with the bugs and exploits in the game, especially with no real concrete sort of, we'll take care of it. Just, oh, we have 0 accountability. It's a bug. Fix your shit, guys. Anyway, guys, like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want. It really would help me out. We're on the road to 6K subs. Also, consider following me on Twitter and Discord to keep up to date with the channel and talk to me over those networks. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. This has been GimmsRant. A little bit heated today. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you for the stream tonight. See you later.